This is rough country, no mistake. So far, we've seen no sign of trouble.
But the moors stretch on for many leagues. It would be easy to miss something in these rugged crags and valleys.
Let us continue the search, but be wary. More than one race has been lost in these wild lands.
Let's see if you can see things!
will shield us from their arrows and bolts.
Greetings, my friends. I could scarce believe what I saw from above. But elf, dwarf, and man battling the enemy together, such things are not often seen. I knew it had to be you.
Belarom, it is a strange coincidence that we should meet again so soon. I did not think to find you here in the ettenmoors.
Nor did I. It does seem a strange coincidence, but a happy one nonetheless.
Gandalf the Grey traveled here some weeks ago, and he passed through unhindered. Yet now the hills and vales are alive with enemies. Is it always so?
These moors are always dangerous, a breeding ground for trolls and orcs. But even here it is unusual to see so many enemies openly assembling. I believe they are made bold by the presence of the renegade stone giant 𝔬𝔂. The foul folk respect the giant's strength, and they will follow him for plunder and the chance to do evil.
Do you and your kin make your home in the Ettenmoors?
No, we keep our areas atop the high peaks of the nearby Misty Mountains. We have come to the ettenmoors in pursuit of 𝔬𝔠.
Could it be we will have more giants to contend with other than 𝔬𝔠?
I do not believe so, for we have learned 𝔬𝔠 is an outcast among his own kind. They disowned him for past crimes, and will offer him no protection from our vengeance.
A threat to the Eagles is a threat to us all. Let us join with you in the hunt for this giant.
Your aid would be most welcome. Together we may be able to best him. Every hour he lives, his following grows greater. Let us press on!
archers! On the high ground! Of the enemy, beware! Let's see if you can take me! Come on, you great puppet scum! Running water! Fight me if you dare!
Ah, a hidden Dunedain cache. must find a way past this gate. The gate closed behind us.
Put it into you! Stop moving in the train.
We must work together to overcome these odds.
Do you fear to face the swamp?
Take refuge here. I will shield us from the arrows and rocks.
Let's see if you can take me!
Our path is now clear.
The smell alone tells me we have found a troll's lair. your debt.
At last, I see sunlight ahead.
You're no match for me! Do you fear the face of death? Come on, lotrgames. Let's see if you can take me!
Looks like another ranger has hidden some supplies here.
my people are avenged.
And behold, here come your kin.
My lord.
It would appear that you have done our work for us, 𝔪𝔠𝔯𝔠𝔠𝔠𝔠𝔠𝔠
Not I, Lord Gwaihir. Your thanks belong to these three, Andriel, Farin, and Aradan. It is they who rid us of Baghrazar.
The same three that saved you at Fornost.
Indeed, a remarkable chance that we should meet again.
If chance it was, your fates seem strangely intertwined. But be that as it may, we are doubly grateful to you. First for saving the life of 𝔪𝔠𝔠𝔠𝔠𝔠, and now for slaying the giant.
We are happy to have been of service, but we are seeking a servant of the Dark Lord, a man called Agandaur. Have you any word of him?
𝔪𝔠𝔠𝔠 has told us of that one, but we do not know where he can be found.
Elrond Half-Elven suspected the enemy might be gathering here. It was he who sent us to investigate.
I will not question the wisdom of Master Elrond. He sees much that is hidden from others. Yet I fear you have come too late to find Agandaur. We have searched the ettenmoors thoroughly in our hunt for Baghrazar, yet we have seen no sign of this servant of the Dark Lord. If he was here, we can be reasonably certain he is here no longer. My people will work to disperse the enemy forces that remain in the moors. We will be on guard against the return of Agandaur.
Then we should return to Elrond at Imladris. He will be anxious for news, and we have already been long away.
I will arrange for a messenger.
My lord, I owe my life to these three, and I too believe Agandaur to be a grave threat to the free peoples of the north, eagles no less so than any other. If you would grant me leave, I wish to accompany them and aid them in their quest.
You ask a great deal, 𝔪𝔠𝔠𝔠𝔠. I may have need for all my followers soon. Yet I perceive a great destiny awaits these three, and it seems you are now part of it. Very well. I will grant you permission to join with them for as long as you see fit.
Unless 𝔪𝔠𝔠𝔠 plans to carry his friends like sheep in his talons, he will need help. If it pleases you, my lord, I will gladly accompany them as well.
I too have a stake in this quest. Let me be the third.
So be it. Three who cleave the air to match three who walk the earth. May fortune favor you all. Arminel, Warinthor, you shall be at 𝔪𝔠𝔠's command. Obey his word until such time as you return to us. Now I must depart. Many forces are at work across Middle-earth, and many events take shape. I must consider what part the eagles will play in them.
Farewell, Lord of Eagles. May the wind be ever at your back.
You return at last. We grew concerned for you. I fear you have missed your chance to say farewell to the members of the Fellowship, for they have departed. Clearly you found danger in the ettenmoors, yet you have returned safely, and in the company of three of the great eagles, no less. There is a story behind this, and I am eager to hear it.
We found trolls and orcs preparing for war, just as we feared, and they were led by a renegade stone giant.
He was attacking the eagles.
With the help of the eagle 𝔪𝔠𝔠𝔠𝔠, we were able to make an end of the giant.
That was well done, but this is troubling. Why would a stone giant act in this manner? They have never been hostile to free folk before.
We took these tokens from some of our fallen foes.
That's Agandaur's black raven emblem, plain enough.
Then we can be certain he is behind the giant's descent into evil. But there are also other tokens here I recognize. These are the marks of the orcs of Mount Gundabad, far to the north.
What can you tell us of Mount Gundabad?
It is a great peak that stands far to the north, at the meeting point of the Misty Mountains and the Grey Mountains. Once, Gundabad was a delving of the dwarves, but it was abandoned long ago. It has since become a stronghold of the orcs. It would be hard-pressed to find a more dangerous location in all the north.
Do you think it is possible Agendaur is there, at Gundabad?
It may well be. From Mount Gundabad, the orcs have many tunnels and secret pathways connecting the hidden mines and orc holes of the Misty Mountains. The orcs can move along those routes in great numbers without being seen. If Agendaur is raising an army to fight for his master in the north, it is certain he will have traveled to Gundabad. The evidence you have uncovered confirms this to be so, but we have no way of knowing if he is there still.
Perhaps not, but we should not sit idle waiting for him to begin the war on his terms. At the very least, we might learn what the orcs are planning.
To walk into such an orc-infested pit as Mount Gundabad would seem like folly, but you have proven your skill and daring many times over. And too, you have the eagles to aid you. It may be that you will find a way to take the enemy by surprise. It is certain that, were you to destroy Agendaur, you would cut the heart from Sauron's plan to make war in the north.
Then let us do just that. We travel to Mount Gundabad.
Your courage is commendable, but be certain you are well prepared. Mount Gundabad will not be forgiving of the unwary. Farewell, and may the stars shine upon your path. Is there something I can help you with, Eridan?
I would like to know more about Mount Gundabad.
I fear there is little I can tell you. I know only that Gundabad has been a refuge and stronghold of the orcs for centuries. The dwarves who delved it long ago did their work well. Gundabad is a formidable fortress. However, it was sacked by the dwarves themselves during the War of the Dwarves and Orcs. I imagine the knowledge the dwarves have of their own building methods, as well as their mastery of war fought underground, made it possible for them to take Gundabad where other armies might have failed. It is a pity Durin's folk did not hold the fortress once it had been taken. They drove the orcs from Gundabad, slaying many, but it was not long before the foul folk crept back into those empty halls.
Tell me more of this war between the orcs and dwarves.
It began over 200 years ago, when the exiled dwarf king Thror attempted to return to his ancestral home of Moria, only to be slain by the orc king 𝔂𝔏. To be avenged, the dwarves gathered from their scattered realms and waged a 9-year war against the orcs of the Misty Mountains. Both sides fought without mercy, but the ferocity and matchless weapons of the dwarves gave them the advantage. 𝔂𝔏 was slain by Dane Ironfoot, who is now king of Erebor. Yet the victory was hard won, and many dwarves perished before it was achieved.
If the dwarves took Gundabad, it may be that Farin can tell us more about the place.
He will have no first-hand knowledge, for he is too young to have fought in that war. Still, he will not easily become bewildered underground, and it may be his dwarven lore will reveal secrets that even the orcs have not discovered.
If Gundabad belonged to the dwarves, why didn't they stay once it was recaptured?
That is a question for dwarves, though few yet live who fought in that war. I suspect with the losses they suffered in the war, they believed themselves too few to hold Gundabad for long. Or it might simply be that after being in the possession of the orcs for so long, those halls were deemed no longer fit to occupy.
Mount Gundabad awaits us. Farewell, Master Elrond.
Welcome, Eridan. I suspected you would find your way here before long. Hello again. What can I help you with?
What task are you working at now?
My fellow smiths and I have recently completed a great work. The reforging of the legendary sword 𝔬𝔠𝔯𝔢. It was a demanding and exhausting task, but I dare say we created something worthy of a king. Now that it is complete, I have turned to work of a different sort. I'm amusing myself by practicing the art of imbuing gemstones.
What can you tell me of this sword, 𝔬𝔠𝔠𝔢?
𝔬𝔠𝔠𝔢 was the sword of 𝔬𝔬𝔠𝔢, a mighty lord of the Dunedain who defied the Dark Lord in the War of the Lost Alliance. He bore the sword in battle against Sauron, but he was slain and the sword was broken. Since that time, the shards of the sword have been an heirloom of the House of 𝔬𝔬𝔢. It was to remain broken until the day when an heir of 𝔬𝔬𝔢 would go to war to reclaim the crown and title of king. And now at last that day has come, and 𝔬𝔠𝔢 has been made whole once more. Aragorn has renamed the sword Andúril, the Flame of the West. May it serve him well.
I should be going.
It is a fine day for flying, don't you think?
Are you kin to Belleron?
No, but he has always guided me. Belleron taught me tricks of the air and secrets of the wind. We often hunt together. He showed me the fine art of snatching a wild sheep from the side of a mountain, and how to dive upon a wolf and pluck hairs from its tail. Wherever Belleron leads, I will follow.
Great eagles were not meant to carry burdens, warinthenorth. I would not have you continue to carry us against your will.
I am more than willing. I had long begged the Windlord for a chance to prove myself. I don't fear orc, goblin, or troll. Let's return to the air and put fear into the hearts of our enemies. It is a grand adventure.
Are you one of the eagles who helped Bilbo Baggins in his quest?
I haven't met Bilbo, though I've heard much about him. My father was one of those who carried a dwarf, and later fought in the Battle of 5 Armies. I was considered too young and inexperienced to take part in the battle. I have much to do if I'm to match my father's fame and valor.
What do you know of Mount Gundabad?
I've never been there, but I know it's a high peak that lies far to the north, on the edge of the frozen wastes, and that it has long been infested with orcs. We do not nest there. When the north wind blows across the wastes, it racks the mountain with blizzards, driven by fierce gales. But I will not be daunted by the north wind.
Gundabad awaits us.
We ask a great deal of you to carry us into such danger. Perhaps we ask too much.
I believe this is the time when all who care for the fate of Middle-earth must act. From on high, I see many lands and many people beneath my wings. In my own way, I am a steward of the North. In this hour, I will join with those who are bold enough and strong enough to stand against the likes of Agandar. But if we fail, there may be nothing left to watch over.
I was surprised that Gwaihir gave you leave to come with us. From what I am told, he rarely intervenes in the affairs of those who walk upon the ground.
It is true, Gwaihir thinks first of the safety of his own kind, and he is more likely to take a dangerous task upon himself than to send another. He sees us as observers, watching from high above, but holding aloof from the affairs of the earth. He feels we should bear information, not burdens. Even now, the Windlord is considering what part the Great Eagle should play in the events that lie before us, though there may be little time left to ponder such things.
Your friends were eager to offer their services. Perhaps they do not fully appreciate the danger. What can you tell me of them?
Armanel is a seasoned warrior. He knows full well what he faces, and accepts it gladly. Baranthor is young and eager to prove himself, but he has deep courage, and few can match his swiftness on the wing. But you need not take my word. Ask them yourself. They will gladly speak with you if you so desire.
What should we expect when we reach Mount Gundabad?
I can tell you little. The stronghold of Gundabad is carved into a great mountain peak covered in snow and ice. We rarely fly that far north because of the treacherous winds and blizzards that howl from the frozen wastes beyond. It is an ancient abode of enemies, and we must approach it with the greatest caution.
Have we any chance then to carry out this mission?
3 alone cannot hope to stand against all the orcs of Gundabad. Only stealth will serve you. We must search out a secret way that will not pit you directly against your foes, or you will stir up a hornet's nest such as you cannot imagine. I have seen you 3 triumph against desperate odds. If you cannot find a way, then no one can. My companions and I will be there to help as best we may, but once you enter the confines of Gundabad, there will be little that we can do.
We will keep that in mind. Farewell for now.
𝔪𝔬𝔯𝔢, Eridan. It is good of you to visit me again. My thoughts stray often to Estelle and my brothers, but also to you and your companions. I continue to brew Miraval, but I am concerned about our dwindling stocks. We still have need of those ingredients I spoke of before.
Is Miraval truly as potent as I've heard?
You will be able to judge for yourself if you can bring me the ingredients. 1 sip restores strength, uplifts the spirit, and brings hope to the weary heart. I wish you luck in your search.
I have watched hobbits from their borders, but seldom spoken with them. Is Bilbo typical of this kind?
I had once thought Bilbo unique, but now that I have met Frodo, I say that elves know less of hobbits than we think. They have a strength within that is far greater than their stature. How many of us, thinking ourselves strong, could have worn the ring as long as Bilbo did, without being turned to evil? It sustained him, so that he is now very old amongst his kind, but it did not stain him. Nor has it lessened his love of poetry and song. Dear old Bilbo, I believe there is nothing he loves more, except a good meal. In that, he remains a true hobbit.
I have an errand I must not forget. Here is an unfinished poem from Bilbo. He asked for your opinion and advice, saying the subject is very close to your heart.
Then it must be about Estelle. He is fond of writing verses in honor of his good friend, and therefore often comes to me for advice. You may leave it with me, Eridan. I will give it some thought and answer him myself.
Thank you, lady. Perhaps the time will come when I can enjoy these gentle arts, but that time is not today. I must take my leave, lady. Namarie.
𝔪𝔬𝔯�, Eridan. I continue to brew Miraval.
Are the ettenmoors the only place I can find them?
There is nowhere else they may be found without a journey of many months. For these rare ingredients, I am afraid you will need to search the ettenmoors. But do so only if it does not risk your safety. You are more important to us than even a flask of Miraval.
I shall do my best to find what you need. Farewell, Lady Autumn.
Oh, hello again.
I have business I must attend to. Goodbye for now.